Continuing going over why I'm bullish on BitTorrent, BTT, and TRX by going over market conditions and things that aren't so necessarily obvious. Now, before I get into it, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and what's been going on this week and how that affects BTT and TRX. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you and welcome. I'd like you to comment down below because occasionally we do pick winners from the viewerships, and you're only going to know if you were a winner for one of our giveaways, even though we do this occasionally. You're only going to know if you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you're notified of our new content, because we talk about this, people that get selected within the actual videos. Also, some people hide their subscription. What they're subscribed to. YouTube has this feature where you could actually hide what you're actually subscribed to, and if you are one of those people that hits that feature, then we can't see your actual name in our subscriber list. So it's important for you not only to subscribe and hit the bell, but comment down below, and this way we do pick people out of the comments for our occasional giveaways. So 3 reasons why Bitcoin is on shaky ground after failing to retake 60K. So the reason this is important toward BTT and TRX is this: there's only so much money that can go around. And even though it's many billions of dollars in cryptocurrencies in the financial markets, when people stop putting the bulk of their money into Bitcoin and they start messing with altcoins, this is very beneficial. And as the price goes up with Bitcoin, even though there's fractional buying, investing that is involved, you do have more money naturally cascade into the altcoins. And what this will do is it will bring more interest, more investment capital into Tron, TRX, and BTT. And remember, Tron wants to be Ether. They want to, in effect, pants Ether. They want to eat their lunch. They're doing that already. They're starting to do that and take some momentum away because of Ether's big, bad, expensive gas fees that nobody really likes and is that excited about. And as Tron begins to etch more into that, and as you see more of Bitcoin become not so mass marketedly used, meaning that as it's dipping below the 50% usage mark of all the action, you will see Tron and also BTT because of its useful protocols. By the way, Amazon, Netflix, they do use BitTorrent protocols. So you will see these two cryptos start to go up in price, and I've been watching very, very closely as I do, the news, what's going on in the industry, and that's the reason why I have actually made it so that I have the 14-day series where I predict there's going to be some serious price action in Tron, BTT, TRX within the 14-day period, and I think we're around day number, because I don't always post the videos the same day. Most days I do, but sometimes I don't. We'll probably be around day 3 when you see this one, day 4. We're right now currently maybe at day 7 or 8, but anyhow, the point I'm trying to make is that there's an imminent move coming, and there's a lot of factors. It's the perfect storm, and as you see a lot of the mainstreaming, like one of the other videos I made talking about how eateries are starting to accept cryptocurrencies. Now you have Major League Baseball starting to accept the Oakland A's. I suspect there's going to be more. You have Mark Cuban in basketball taking Dogecoin. The Oakland A's took Dogecoin, which I mentioned in a previous video. So there's a lot of mainstreaming. There's a lot of push. And when you see things like I think it was CNBC this morning. It's the 4th when I'm recording this video. I'm doing a couple today, May 4th. So CNBC was talking about Dogecoin this morning, and they're spending a bit more time on it. And you could even see as the anchors, the hosts, whatever you want to call them, of the morning show that I was watching at around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today, they can't even believe that they're talking about it and giving it so much airtime. But when something builds up so much momentum, they're forced to, and this momentum will cascade into the coins, the altcoins with good utility like BTT, BitTorrent, and TRX Tron. So you get the point, and I want to go over a little bit of industry news. So 3 reasons why Bitcoin is on shaky ground after failing to retake 60K. Now, and I'm going to mesh this all together later in the video, so stay tuned. Altcoins are outsmarting Bitcoin bulls, and on-chain indicators aren't as green as they have been. Are further support tests inbound? And this is, by the way, as usual, my source. I always share my sources, Cointelegraph. So if I don't finish the whole article, you are obviously can go back and take a look at your own leisure. So Bitcoin BTC is back testing lower levels after failing to conquer 60,000 resistance. And indicators suggest that the downturn is not over. BTC USD bounced off of 55,000 overnight on Monday, hours after hitting local highs nearly 59,000 in bullish early trading. What do you think? Comment down below. Is BTC going to get to 60,000 and over and maintain it into May? Or is it going to end going through May below 60,000? Comment down below. Tell me what you think. I think it's going to remain below 60,000 through the end of May for sure, through the end of May, through the end of June, and possibly through the end of July. I do not think it will hold and go above 60,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear from you. With sellers still in place closer to all-time highs of 64,500, the largest cryptocurrency has a lot of work to do, and we're going to talk about Ether in a minute and its move this week. So, has a lot of work to do to exit its current broad trading range. Because what's happening is, the elastic is being pulled as much as it can be pulled. And then once that elastic stretches, it sets the stage as it pulls back and shows its limitation for Tron, BitTorrent to do their dance. Any good altcoins will do their dance as that elastic stretches, maxes, and then recoils back and settles down, which is right around the corner with the big boys like BTC. So, one metric which may soon be causing problems for bulls is the overall BTC balance on cryptocurrency exchanges. While seeing a general steep downtrend throughout the past year, local spikes in supply when traders send coins back to their exchange accounts for potential quick sale tends to reflect a more selling-driven mentality entering. This is not the case for every exchange this week. According to data from monitoring resource BIPT, 16,222 BTC has entered the global leader Binance in the past 7 days. By contrast, institutional platform Coinbase Pro has actually lost 11,947 BTC, conforming to the overall trend. Yet Binance is not alone. Excuse me. OKEx, Huobi, Bitfinex, and Kraken have all seen their BTC balances tied up in the last 24 hours. The greed is rising, and as Cointelegraph reported, a familiar face from sentiment changes past is back this week. Greed. Well, as Michael Douglas said many years ago in the Wall Street movie, greed is good. Tracked by the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which measures trader sentiment using a basket of weighted factors, the appetite for a sell-off is rising even as price action is no longer positive, like I was saying. And no, by the way, sometimes I don't even read the articles ahead of time. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't, because I want these videos to be spontaneous. I want you to be spontaneous. Comment down below with your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And I want to be spontaneous with my feedback off of the articles that I'm writing and passing on to you. And the purpose of this also is obviously to save you some time in your research and in keeping tuned into the crypto news. So, the greed is rising as Cointelegraph reported a familiar face from sentiment changes past is back. Yes, I know I'm repeating myself. Tracked by the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which measures trader sentiment using a basket of weighted factors, appetite for a sell-off is rising even as price action is no longer positive. On Tuesday, the index gave an overall crypto market of 68 out of 100, corresponding to greed being the overall mood driver. Sometimes, I think they struggle to write things just to write things, because obviously greed is always there. So I'm not too sure what the point is here, unless they're trying to say that there's selling involved because of greed. But, it's a given. It's an oxymoron. This is still below its mid-90s peak seen earlier in the year, a level which almost guarantees a sell-off, but volatility ensures that the index does not stay in the same zone for long. Greed can turn to extreme greed or extreme fear. So again, I'm not going to finish the article. It's Cointelegraph. I'm going to jump into Ethereum here. Ethereum bulls control 100% of this week's 470 million Ether options expiry. Wow. It's a lot of options. Ether's spectacular rise really has been to 3,300 has rendered all of the bearish put options worthless ahead of this Friday's 470 million expiry. I think Ether is going to blow its load. It's way, way, way high. And as that elastic, as I like to say, stretches and then recoils, it's going to be part of the perfect storm that's going to have that move show in Tron and in BTT. Now, and some other worthy altcoins too. Ether's spectacular. Okay, so let's get on with it. On May 7th, a total of 470 million in Ether options are set to expire. Slaughter is really the only word that describes what is about to happen to bearish ETH traders. Currently, almost every single one of the 75,909 put sell options. I have a scratch in my throat. No, not very sick or anything. Trust me. So, options contract will become worthless if Ether manages to remain above 3,100. What do you think? Let me know. Drop a comment. Is Ether going to stay above 3,000? Do you think it's going to drop below? I believe it's going to drop below, stay at 3,000, or go below. I don't believe it's going to go much higher at this point. I think it's topped out, and it's going to cascade down, and I'll say that it'll stay below 3,000, probably, in my opinion, past July and into August as well. So Ether's growth has been fueled by the growth of decentralized finance, DeFi, which has recently surpassed 60 billion in total value locked, according to DBank. Yat Siu, chairman and co-founder of Animoca Brands, perfectly described the scene. So DeFi will shape finance in incredibly fundamental ways. Perhaps the biggest way, including in China, is in financial education. Imagine, that's where, when you can educate people, that's where you can make big paradigm shifts happen. And what's happening here in the industry itself is there's a lot of education, there's a lot of mainstreaming, and as people become more aware, and as the big moves happen, and as the elastic, like I was telling you, I was going to bring everything together in the video, as the elastic stretches and recoils with the big boys like the BTCs, that stabilization and then that move of capital from there into the altcoins, instead of BTC having over 50% of the action of the whole market, is going to make the bigger move start to happen and price ascends with TRX and BTT. Thank you for watching. Hope this finds you well, healthy, happy, and as usual, I will see you on the next video.